never leave you, what but you, hey, never leave you, fool, I say, hey, never leave you, what but you, hey, hey. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Anegbode here. My name is Vanessa Anegbode. Oh my god, I genuinely do miss being on YouTube. I miss creating content. I miss having a chit chat with you guys. I miss doing all this fun stuff because YouTube is a part of me. YouTube is a part of my content creation world, and I genuinely miss that. And that is why today I decided, you know what, it's high time I get back onto my YouTube game because I know I can do this thing. I know that I am capable and I am meant to be doing this thing. Therefore, I'm not going to let the devil steal my glory. God, no, the devil cannot steal my glory. Therefore, I'm going to be on here. I'm going to be here and I'm going to give you guys the content that you deserve. And that's on period. That's on period. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, recently, a lot has been happening with your fellow sister. A lot has happened with me physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Every part of my life has been, has not been the best. And that is why I was very, very inconsistent on my YouTube and very inconsistent on all my social media platform. And especially as a woman in the 20s, I have been going through so many struggles. And I feel like throughout this video, many of you are going to be able to relate to this whole video and relate to the struggles of being in your 20s, because at the other day I tweeted on my Twitter and I said, I wish somebody can just give me the blueprint and the map that will just guide me through this entire series of being in your 20s, because child, it is ghetto out here in the streets, because being in your 20s is one of the hardest journeys you can actually go through in your life, because you have so much expectations for yourself and you create this whole agenda for yourself, or expectations from family, expectations from friends, expectations from, it could be anybody. Either you're putting so much pressure on yourself, putting so much it's just a whole lot that has happened, a whole lot that is happening as well, being in your 20s. And that is why today, grab yourself a cup of wine or a cup of juice, a popcorn, and let us have this conversation of the struggles of being in your 20s. And if you would love to see this kind of videos, please let me know in the comment section down below. By the way, if you're not following me on all my social media platforms, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, on Twitter, sister, what are you doing? What are you doing? I thought we were sisters. I thought we were friends. I thought we were family. So why are we not following each other? Why are we not keeping up with each other? It's important that we do that. So please follow me on all my social media platforms. And without further ado, let us get into this conversation because it's a lot to spill out here. So one of the first struggles that I do want to talk about is my spiritual journey. If you know me personally, you know that I have been striving for a better relationship with God. You know that I am one that actually genuinely loves God, and I love to involve God in every aspect of my life, because again, it's God. He can never be wrong, sister. But recently, probably around 1 to 2 months now, I have just been drawn away from God. I didn't feel the need to want to connect with God. I didn't feel the need to want to speak to God. In fact, I didn't even read my Bible. I didn't even pray. It was just a whole Sunday to Sunday basis on my own level at that particular point in my life, because I felt drawn away from God. I was tired of this whole circle of going back, repenting, and go. I was just like, God, it is what it is. I beg. I was tired. I was just exhausted, and I was having this conversation with one of my male friends, and I was telling him that I'm tired, and I felt cramped, like I felt like I wasn't able to connect to God, or I just didn't feel happy with God anymore. And I even asked this question even on my Instagram about you guys' spiritual journey, and some of you guys were able to respond and talk to me about how you genuinely feel about your spiritual journey and about God. And one of the friend that I was speaking to, and he said something, he said something to me, and he said, in Christianity today, many of us are taught to love God by following his commandments. We're not actually taught how to love God, or we're not actually taught loving God is the most principal thing that we have to do. The whole idea of loving God is just like obey his commandments. If you obey God's commandments, then you love God. No, but that's not how it works. We forget that if you actually genuinely love God, then you, out of your own free will, you'll be able to obey his commandments, and not just obeying his commandment because you feel like it's God. You know what I mean? I don't know if it makes any sense. It was my friend that actually told me that, and I was just like, oh, Preach, brother, preach, brother, preach, brother, preach. Because I myself personally, I have struggled with saying, I have struggled with wanting to have a better relationship with God, and that affected me. That affected my whole mental capacity. It affected my physical, my physical space. It affected every single part of my life, and I was genuinely tired of that whole journey. I was genuinely tired of moving in circles with God and moving in circles with myself. So I actually gave up on that part of my life until recently, that I was just like, you know what? It's time I tried it one more time and tried another way. So that's one of the struggles I have been going through. And many of the young people out there don't actually talk about their spiritual journey or talk about their the struggles that they are going through. If you're a Christian watching this video, many Christians don't talk about the struggles of the things that they're going through in their lives and all of that stuff. And it's just like, if you don't talk about it, another person that is going through it will not know that, okay, another person is also going through this. So it's not just me. I'm not just the one going through this. I'm not just the only person that is encountering this whole journey or, going through that. No, somebody else is going through it with me, and it's relatable. That's why I'm able to talk about this thing, because I feel like there's somebody out there that is also going through this whole spiritual battle with themselves. And my dear sister, you're not alone. Being in your 20s is such a huge task, because you're expected to know how to manage yourself, how to manage money, how to manage a relationship, how to manage family, how to manage all these things and still be whole as a human being, which is a lot of work. During my whole time of my space of not being consistent on my social media platform, I had a whole lot going on. I had to work 2 jobs. I had to do family. I had to do that. I had to do this. And that made me feel overwhelmed. And I had so much anxiety. And I just felt like I wanted to breathe. I wanted to just breathe. And I just wanted somebody to just tell me it's going to be okay. You know what I mean? At that point in my life, I was just like, yay, all these things is a whole lot. It's a lot of things happening in my life. And if you know me, I'm not in school currently right now, but I do intend on going back in January. Woo-hoo! And that also added to my anxiety. That added to my mental health, just being like, wow, I'm actually going to go back, and there's a whole lot of things that is going to happen. Will I be able to study right? Will I be able to do this? Will I be able to do that? So there was a whole lot of what ifs, a whole lot of things that were happening in my head, and I was just like, I need to calm down. I need to relax. I need to know that I'm doing enough and I'm doing fine, and everything is going to be okay. I kept telling myself everything will be okay, everything will be fine, everything will be okay, everything will be fine. But it felt like it wasn't enough. It felt like it wasn't enough for me. I just was such a huge overthinker, and I just had to realize that I love me. I love Vanessa, and I love the way I learn. I love the way I love the way I learn. I love the way I make mistakes. I love my mistakes that I'm making, because those mistakes are a part of me. There are things that I'm going to use to become a better person. Therefore, I don't need to put so much pressure on myself. I just need to take it one step at a time and breathe, because everything will be okay. So one of the major things that I was actually going through in this whole process is I was literally fighting the spirit of imposter syndrome and comparison. Because I am such a huge overthinker, I am always thinking so many things in my head. I always feel the need to criticize myself. Not even in a good way, but in the worst way. I'm always feeling like, am I good enough? Am I doing enough to get to where I want to get to? I felt the need to compare myself with other creators, or compare myself with other people going to med school. Or I just felt the need to compare myself, because I was just like, if I'm comparing myself with them, then maybe somehow it's going to make me want to push myself through to do what I have to do. But in reality, no, that was actually lowering my self-esteem. That was making me weaker and weaker, because I was just like, if this creator is doing this, then I don't think there's any point for me doing the same thing, because the market is saturated. Sis, who told me that? I mean, I'm telling you guys, the devil was literally trying to creep in. The devil was trying to take away my shine. He was literally trying. When I say the spirit was literally trying, he was trying hard. And then there is one thing I just had to realize. I just had to realize that comparison is the stealer of joy. It is the stealer of peace. It is the stealer of everything good in life. And I refuse to let that thing steal my joy. I refuse to let it steal the good things that I have in my life, because no, I refuse to let that happen to me because of the way I was comparing myself and comparing my work to other people's work. I didn't feel the need to create. I didn't feel I got into the whole creative block where I didn't have any creative ideas. I didn't have nothing to create. I didn't have nothing to talk about. So, and I didn't want to put that bad energy out here for you guys because I felt like it was going to be so obvious. Because if you know me personally, you know when I have real energy, like I'm there, I'm food on the ground. But I didn't want to create a whole fake ambience with you guys. And no, that was not necessary. So I had to take a step back and just be like, when I feel ready, I will come on YouTube and give you guys the energy that you guys deserve, and not create a space where it was fake and everything was just dry, like man. Nah, I didn't want to do that. So that part of my life, that part of my mental journey, comparing myself and having imposter syndrome, that was just a huge part of me that I needed to fix in order for me to get back on my feet. And I know there's somebody out there going through that idea of imposter syndrome. Sis, I'm telling you, you are doing well. You are doing absolutely fine. Don't let the devil steal your job, because you see, he knows what you're doing. He knows what you're capable of doing. He knows that you are that girl. You are that girl, and that's why he's trying to take it away from you. So absolutely not. What you're not going to do is to sit down there and let this man take away your glory. Absolutely not. There's so much expectations that come with being in your 20s. You are expected to know certain things within a certain age. You're expected to know so many things within a certain amount of time, and it's just like, sis, what if I just want to take it one step at a time? Like, my journey is different from somebody else's journey, and I'm not expected to move on the same train with them. It's not the same speedometer. We are moving on two different levels. But with being in your 20s, and especially societal expectations of being in your 20s is so alarming, and it's just like, how on earth do you expect me to get here by this certain age? No, I'm literally trying to take baby steps to get to this point. I had to realize that for myself, because I put such a huge amount of expectations for myself and such a huge amount of pressure on myself, and I'm just like, that is so not necessary. That is so not necessary, because at the end of the day, I am going to get to where I do want to get to. It might take me a couple more time than other people. It might take me shorter, but at the end of the day, we are going to get there. 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. At the end of the day, they all lead to 4. They're different numbers, but they all lead to what? 4. That's the most important thing. Regardless of the route you take, at the end of the day, you are getting to the same points that you do want to get. And I had to realize that for myself. I had to realize it's not about how far, it's how well. It's not about how far, really. It is about how well. So I am not going to put this pressure or try to live up to societal expectations. I can't be doing that. I can't kill myself. If you're in your 20s, please take care of your mental health. We do not talk about mental health enough in our society, and it's so alarming, because a lot of us are actually going through maybe depression, maybe anxiety, some kind of mental health issues. You don't have to be schizophrenic before you consider it as mental health. Some people actually do need to talk. When I genuinely wanted to just talk to someone, I genuinely just wanted to just say the things how I was feeling, because a whole lot was going on, a whole lot was happening with me. Even with some of my friends, many of them were going through their own journeys of life, and they just wanted to talk, they just wanted to speak up. And many of them cannot say, many people don't even talk about their mental health journeys because of some kind of stigma with mental health. But it is so important that you talk about your mental health issues and your mental health, whatever you're going through, because this country will literally make you go crazy. And with everything going on, it will literally make you go crazy. And that was one of the things that was literally happening with me. I just wanted to talk. I just wanted to find a space to voice out exactly what was happening in my head or how I was feeling. Again, being a huge overthinker literally made me just be this kind of person that I am. I am literally trying to learn how to unlearn certain things. I'm trying to learn certain things and unlearn certain things. I'm trying to just try my best to just like clear my head and just be more relaxed and more, be able to talk about my mental issues or whatever that I'm going through, either with anxiety, or I don't want to call it depression and just throw that word depression out there, because that's not what it is. Maybe just my down moments or whatever. Those are the things that I do want to learn how to talk about more with friends, with family, with a therapist, because those are things that actually matters to me. And it's important that if you're in your 20s, please and please find someone. If you find someone to talk to with any issues that you have, because it will literally help you throughout your journey in your 20s. It is important. That is actually one of the most important blueprints that you need in your 20s. Getting yourself a therapist or getting yourself some kind of companion that you can actually talk to. And the last struggle that I am going to talk about is dating in your 20s. Sis, dating in your 20s is such a huge struggle. Somebody's gonna find me one day. Hey, somebody's gonna find me one day. That's always the I literally sing to give myself hope all the time. Somebody's son will find me one day. Ask me, how would somebody's son find me, God? But we are here hoping for the somebody's son to find us, literally. But dating in your 20s is such a huge struggle, because it's just like, many people don't date with intentionality nowadays. Many people are just dating just to test waters. But please, if you are dating to test waters, don't come to my side. In the name of God, I'm begging you. Don't just come to my side if it's just to be testing waters. No, I date with intentionality. I'm dating because I'm just like, do I see you as a leader for my life? I know myself. I know my capability. I know who I am, and I am strong in who I am. Therefore, if I'm trying to bring you as a partner, I'm trying to be like, okay, are you strong enough to handle me? Are you strong enough to handle my destiny? Are you strong enough to handle the life that God has for me and us together if we decide to form a union? Are you strong enough to carry that? And am I strong enough to actually help you to take that journey with you? So it's not just about just saying, am I good enough for a man? Because it's not about that. My father and my parents had to tell me that it's more than you just saying, are you good enough for a man? Since it's high time we ladies come to ask ourselves, is a man good enough for us? Because is it good enough to handle us? Because we have our own destinies. We have our destinies, and because we're in relationships does not mean that our destinies is going to be pushed aside because we're in a relationship. No. So that is one of my struggles right now, dating in my 20s. And I'm just like, it is what it is. I believe that at some point we are all going to get our own share of love. Literally, that's my thought. We are all going to have our own share of love, one way or the other. And somebody's son will surely find us. Somebody's son that is worthy of the love that we have to carry. Of the love that we have to give. Somebody's son that is worthy, or somebody's daughter is going to be worthy of the love that we have to give. And yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys were able to relate to this video, and you were able to, relate to the struggles that I have encountered throughout my life or encountered throughout my journey in my 20s. Let me know in your comment section down below some of you guys' struggle. Let me know the ones that you relate to. Talk to me about your spiritual journey, your physical journey, your mental health, your dating life. Let us know, because we all want to learn and we all want to relate as much as we can, because this platform again is a platform to grow, a platform to add value, a platform for us to become better versions of ourselves. Anyway, guys, I will try my best. My goal for my YouTube channel is to try to post every Friday, or post every Friday, at least one video a week, every Friday, hopefully 4 p.m. every single Friday, 4 p.m. That is my schedule, and by the grace of God, I am going to stick to that schedule. If anything changes, that's why I say again, follow me on all my social media platform. I will let you guys know and keep you guys updated on any changes that happens. But my YouTube schedule is Friday 4 p.m. every Friday 4 p.m. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for staying up to this point. Don't forget to stay blessed. Don't forget to stay beautiful. Don't forget to stay classy. Don't forget to keep your head up high and don't let the devil steal your glory. You get me? Because you are the baddest. You are the baddest. You are the baddest. Thank you guys, and see you guys. Have a good one.